day 59, becoming Christopher Cruz. I haven't talked to my mom on the phone since Thanksgiving because I've just been like kind of keeping my distance after what happened. And I was walking and I just like felt this urge to call her, and she answered, and I guess she's had a horrible headache for the last 3 days, and she went to the doctor and they said she has like a severe chest cold, and she's just was on the verge of crying and because her head hurts so bad. And I'm just like, I can take you to the hospital, like what can I do? And she's like, no, I'm gonna go tomorrow, it's okay. And her roommate is just like a piece of shit human being, and he like walked in the room and just started fucking with her, like yelling at her about this and that. She's like screaming at him like, leave me alone, let me talk to my son. And it just like destroys me hearing that shit. Like, yeah, it's just, I mean, the only thing I've always wanted to do my entire life is protect my mom. And so it's like, I want to go over there and fucking beat the shit out of that old man. But it's just like, it's hard to see her suffer so much. And yeah. And it's like, today I'm seeing all these things that just fuck with me. Like, people that are just so stuck and so trapped. And I see my mom, and she's got so much potential. She's the most loving person I've ever met in my life. But she was never really given a chance to live into her potential. Like, she didn't grow up with personal development. She didn't grow up with knowing how to deal with the traumas and the shit that happened to her when she was a kid, and now she's living the life she's living because of that. And it's just like, it just infuriates me that we live in this world where people aren't even given a chance. Like, people don't even have a chance to be the best version of themselves, to live into their purpose, to do all these things. And it really bothers me. And today I'm like seeing that, and it like fucks with my soul. Like, it's just so fucked up. It's just so wrong. It's so wrong to me. And so yeah, it's coming out a lot today. A lot. Like, we should live in a world where everyone has an equal opportunity to live into their potential. Like, when you go to school, it should be helping you figure out who you are and what you want to do with your life and what you're passionate about and how to deal with your emotions and how to heal from things. Not learning stupid fucking history and stupid fucking math that you're never going to use. And reading books that you don't fucking care about. Like, it's just so wrong. It's just so wrong. And I look at my mom, and she's the most loving person in the world, and she has so much potential, but she doesn't have the tools to live into it. She never got the opportunity. And I think about, like, when I was in Thailand, like, there were times when it made me so sad because no matter how smart you are or how driven you are or whatever, there's just like, you're just born with limitations. There are just certain things that you can and can't do. And same thing in Nepal, like, the most loving, amazing people in the world, and some of them will never have anything better than working at a 7-Eleven just because of who they are or who their family is. And it's just so wrong. It's so wrong. And so it's like the whole theme of my life has been having all these people in my life that are full of potential and not living into it. Like every relationship I've ever been in, I've dated these girls who were full of so much potential, but weren't living into it. And I fought for that potential. I fought for them to live into it, and it just didn't happen most of the time. But my ex-girlfriend, it's like, I fought for her, and she's actually living into it, which is what inspires me so much. But yeah, it's just like the whole theme of my life is people full of potential never living into it. And it's just fundamentally, that is so wrong to me. And it's got to change. Like, there's nothing that infuriates me more than that, because it's just wrong. And it's so sad. It's so sad. And we're so fucking unbelievably fortunate and lucky to live in the United States. Like, we actually have true opportunity. We can actually create shit and build shit and develop ourselves and find communities and do all this stuff. Like, they don't have that in other countries, in a lot of other countries. Like, you know, just because my ex-girlfriend is Thai, there are certain countries she can't go to in the world because she's Thai. Like, it's crazy. I could go to Bali and I could stay there 6 months straight. She could go there, and because she's got a Thai passport, she could only stay for 30 days. And it's just like, just because of where she was born. Like, it's just fucked up. Like, look at racism. Just because of the color of your skin, you have less opportunity. It's just so fucking wrong. The people who created this system are fucking wrong and evil, and we have to change it. It's just not right. So I literally feel like I'm in a movie because as I get more clear on wanting to lead a revolution that changes the world, I'm getting more and more angry and upset at how the world works. Like, most of my life, I've just stuck my head in the sand and pretended it's all good. And pretended that I'm like, oh yeah, it sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it. And now I can't keep my head in the sand anymore, because there is something that I can do about it. And it's got to change. It's just, everything about it is so wrong. And I finally, like, reached my threshold, because it hits home. It's personal to me. Like, this is personal. You know, my mom has suffered so much, and she doesn't deserve to. People in my family have suffered so much, and they don't deserve to. They were just never given the opportunity to be who they were born to be. No one ever talked to them about, what's your purpose in life? What's your passion? What's your dream? What's your vision? It just didn't exist. And because of their education level or whatever, it's just fucking wrong. So I am going to dedicate my life to changing that, to changing the status quo. Like, yeah, that's why I exist. That is why I'm here, and there's nothing more important to me than that. Because people are so beautiful. They're so incredible. They're so strong and resilient and loving. And they deserve an opportunity. They deserve a chance. Like, everyone should have a chance to live into their potential. Everyone. Doesn't matter where you're from, what color of your skin, like how much money you have. Like, everyone should have the opportunity to live into their potential. Like, why don't we have a society that works like that? Why don't we have schools that help people find that? I mean, we do, but there's so few of them. It's just the status quo fucking sucks. It's disgusting. And we are all so trapped and so brainwashed. And it makes me sick. And it's getting worse. But the great thing is, because it's getting worse, people are starting to wake up. And a revolution is coming. Because everyone knows deep down inside, something's wrong. This isn't right. This shouldn't be how life is. There's got to be a different way to live life. There's got to be another option. There's got to be more to life than this. And there is so much more. But people just need to get their power back. People need to realize that they actually can make a difference. That the majority can come together and change everything. But people are so disempowered. They've lost their power and their focus. They're so distracted by everything that's going on outside of them that they aren't even present to what's going on inside of them. They don't even know who the fuck they are. They don't know who they are, what they want. They don't know the difference they want to make in the world. They don't know themselves. Because we live in this world where we're constantly distracted, and I think that's intentional. If you can distract someone from who they are, if you can distract them from themselves and have them focus on everything else, they'll never get to know who they are. They'll never find their power again. They'll never find their purpose and their passion. They'll never have a voice. And it's just fucking wrong. And I will fight the rest of my life to give people that opportunity. Like, I had to go through a lot of suffering to start to wake up from the trap that I was in. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a trap. And I went through a lot of shit, and I'm still going through a lot of shit. Like, watch the last 59 fucking days of these videos, and you'll see how much shit I'm going through on a daily basis. But that's what I got to do to lead the way. Like, I got to be the one that carves the path, which means I got to walk through the forest first, which means I'm going to get smacked in the face by the branches. I'm going to get scraped. I'm going to step on the thorns. I'm going to do all that. But it's not all for naught. Like, somebody's got to lead the way. So, and I'm doing these fucking videos. I've never seen anyone do this before. I'm sure there probably are people that are documenting their life on a daily basis and they're super vulnerable and real. But I've never seen it. But I know I've inspired other people to do it, and other people are doing it. So sometimes you just got to lead the way. And it's no accident I have the family that I have. It's no accident I have the life that I have. Like, this is all part of my destiny. If I didn't have my mom, I wouldn't be who I am. So I'm so grateful to have her. And I just want that woman to be happy because she deserves it. We all do. So, God, everything is just building up. I feel like the dam is about to burst in my life. You know, it's like in the movies where the heroes are like beat down and beat down and beat down. And they're at that point where they're on the ground and they're about to give up because they don't know if they can keep going. And then all of a sudden something happens, something changes, and then they rise up and they defeat whatever it is that they're fighting. I feel like I'm in that moment where I'm knocked down and I am like going through all this shit, but I'm about to get up and just take the fuck off. And I haven't done that yet because I haven't felt the pain yet. Like, I haven't gone there. Now I'm feeling it. Like, the last 3 years I could live overseas and like avoid what's going on, avoid the pain, live in my own little bubble over there. But now that I'm back here in this country with people that I care about and love, like, it's personal now. I can't avoid it. It's my life. So if God's trying to motivate me to get going, it's working. Look how beautiful that is. It's so simple, but so beautiful. So, anyway, what a fucking intense day. God. But it's all happening for a reason. Man. I'm really glad I called my mom. And I also apologize to her for anything that I said that might have hurt her in the last couple weeks. But when that woman speaks from her heart, she inspires me more than anyone else in the world. And she makes me believe in myself more than anyone else in the world. And she helps me see how much I deserve love and how fucking awesome I am. So, really, really proud of myself for making that phone call. Putting my ego aside, opening my heart. So, by the beginning of the call, she's crying and screaming and at her fucking roommate. And by the end of it, she's laughing and cheering, and yeah. It's amazing how much joy you can bring someone that you love. Like, we're all going through some shit, and just calling someone to say hi can completely change their lives. So, yeah. All right.